Mm.
876 292 677666. You want a horse? Link Claudia Davis, man. You want a piece of land? She are the real big woman, Miss Davis, she are the real big woman. With she, you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. Miss D are the real big woman. With she, you coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. She tell me pre-smart, pre-better. Get your own damn place so you prefer every day. Me wife have to sign up letter car. NHT them a reach and setter. Plus me don't get a youth of a member. Me son just on table in December. And she look construction too. She will build your house for you and you get it well rendered. Davis, she a the real big woman. Which she coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and fan through she. You can own acre land. Miss D a the real big woman. Which she coulda never go wrong with she. You can own house and a van through she. You can own acre land. She now start it and left you there. Me I tell your brother, yes, she well prepared. And if you're meeting enough farmer bangarang, she give you lawyer, brother, clear your fear. She are the best RS agent. She help the need if you stop pay rent. They don't care bad mind them
And it
just
has
to be
something to
trend.
do
I
with
steel
like
and gravel and black and cement.
begin
House around the
pollution.
coast that I be up in the eye. Me I save some money gone up in
Think
the
down
sky
or
from
buy
me.
a house
Big
or
climb and me say me
something.
nah lie.
Have
But
to be
got
done.
money and me
Good.
pocket never
Good.
giant. Me
Design
swear
on
on me
that.
life, say me son enough to fly. So
Anything
hypocrite
done.
pagan while we die. And you can't stop Claudia Davis, don't try. Every day another house gone. Miss Davis, she are the real big woman. With she, you coulda never go wrong with she. You
Is
can
he
own
really
house
sleeping
and a van
yesterday?
through she.
But I'm not
You
trying to
can
remember.
own acre land. Miss D are the real big woman. With she, you
Um,
coulda never go wrong with she.
A ding dong. I think a
is
ding
ding
dong.
dong?
I think so. Ravers, clavers. I know him. Not them have a ding dong crew. Ding dong have that crew.
I don't
Name
know.
Raver.
Wrong person asking.
I like the songs, but half the time I don't know who are the players or the singers.
Welcome everyone. Welcome to YouTube Live with Claudia Davis and myself, Tony Ann. Thanks for joining us on this bright and sunny afternoon.
Ha, bright and sunny indeed. I'm looking through the window, man. Bright, sunny, breezy.
Yeah,
For sure. Windy.
it's
For sure.
wonderful to be in Jamaica.
Mhm. It's a blessing to be in Jamaica. I mean, those of us who are born here and actually still live here, we thank God every day
Mhm.
that we were actually born in this country, right? Because so many countries have so many problems. I mean, it's from one, if it's not one thing, it's another. I mean, our little problems could be that no water is in our pipe today, but the water will come tomorrow, eh?
Mhm.
Or when I'm reading the world news, I think I'm saying Jamaica really don't have no problem.
Of course not. The problems that we complain about, other countries wish they had.
Yeah, we complain about some problems. And the thing is, you say, okay, no water's in the pipe. But if you just walk down the road, there's a river, a stream.
Mhm.
If you're adventurous, you can actually dig a well, guys. You can actually dig a well.
You know, when I realize our country don't really have that much problem, when I see Jamaicans complain that, oh, it's too hot today.
Yeah, we complain about heat. Really? Have you seen countries that are hot? I was reading a documentary of, I think it was a somewhere in India. They couldn't sleep. The babies could not sleep, guys.
So hot.
It was so hot. And to top it, they had no water. They had to walk
Miles.
to go get water. So this young child, could have been maybe more than 9,
Mhm.
was saying, no, he was the one, he had to go back and forth to get the water. It was just unbearable. The heat was unbearable. So believe me, Jamaicans, and I tell you, feel blessed that you were born here. So whether you're living here now or not, you're overseas, just feel blessed that you can call Jamaica home. Because To be honest, Jamaica, no problem. That's our slogan, right?
All right. So we have a few people online.
Already.
First one in session is Currency Walk.
Hi, Currency Walk.
Present and accounted for. Welcome, Currency. We have Lexi G, Shoshana, One Ham, Ola, and Paulette D says, hi, ladies.
Hi, Paulette.
And Judith Harris says, good day, ladies. Shoshana Shakes says, good afternoon. Cheryl is in the house.
Hi, Cheryl.
The Buffalo Soldier.
Oh, the Buffalo. Here is my cup right here. Come let me know you come today. Just kidding. I always have it with me now. But so this is the water. This is the sustenance of life.
And Esther says, hi, ladies. Blessed Sunday. Blessed Sunday. Paula says, it's cold in the UK. Farah is here. Good evening. Hi, Farah.
Hi.
Jamaica Butte says, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to live.
And that's only those who actually say hi.
Yeah. And I'm surprised 30 persons are on already.
That's
at
great.
5 minutes past 3 o'clock.
That's great. I probably know what I'm going to be talking about today.
I don't think anybody knows that, Mom.
So later on, I'm actually going to show you how to calculate for a foundation if it is that you are building.
Mm-hmm.
So for the rest of the weeks, we'll look at I keep seeing my hair. Sorry, everybody. I keep seeing my hair like a little flyaway thing, and it's very annoying. Is there any way I cannot see myself? It's distracting, I should say. Let me not look at it. So the foundation, is one of the first things that you encounter when you're doing construction. You have to figure out how much steel and so on. So today I'm going to look at how to measure for the concrete, which is a very simple math. So for every week going forward, I'm going to touch on something else. I guess if you stick and stay long enough, you can actually estimate a whole building for yourself.
No, that's your motto for this year. Stick and stay.
Wow!
Let's stick and stay.
Stick and stay.
All right. Lorna says, I'm here. Couldn't wait for Sunday.
Oh, hi, Lorna. Hi. Last week we were looking at the parish council office. I hope when I go back there this week, it's not like that.
That was last week.
Yeah, last week we showed it on live. I only hope that they clean up the office. I'm going to be so annoyed if they don't. And I'm going to blow a top.
And Dion says, good afternoon. Oh, we have a question so far. So Jamaica Butte wants to know, Miss D, I have a mortgage of 17 million. I'm thinking of paying off, but I would like to addition on my Camelot. Which would you do?
Well, first off, I would not be paying off any mortgage. That's the first thing. Mortgages can be tricky to get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the older you get is the worse it is. If it is you're sure that you have a stable income, can afford this mortgage, that's one reason why you wouldn't pay it off, because your income, you think, although I'm picking up there that no income is stable. When I look at what's happening in the States, some persons who thought their government jobs were stable are now saying, hey, this is not so stable after all, right? Because of changes and shifts in policies. So if you're sure of the income to do it. Also, the money that you have. So let us say 17 is the mortgage and you have 17. So you can either pay off the mortgage or you do the addition. I would move to do the addition. Because let's hope you're doing an addition that's going to bring income.
That's the first thing.
That's the first thing. If you're going to do an addition, that's just to give you a master bedroom and lock up this house and look at it and romanticize it. I'm not so sure I'll be doing that. But the Camelot is a house of itself. So you can also pay off the mortgage and then the rent that you're collecting is yours. Free and clear, right? But if you keep the money in the bank, that 17 is tricky being in the bank because it's not gonna raise like a Camelot or any other property in Jamaica as fast. You can also buy another property. If you have 17 million person, I would just go buy another property. That would be because I'm a numbers girl. I like numbers. I feel safer in numbers. So instead of So let's back up. So a couple of things you could do. One, you could pay off the mortgage. Two, yes, you could do the addition. Just ensure that the addition is going to bring in income, right?
Mm-hmm.
And three, you could buy another property. So that's not an option I'm giving you. You could buy another property. Why I'm saying that? It's a numbers game. I prefer numbers because I prefer to follow the numbers. Because let us say something happens and you can't pay the mortgage on the Camelot. But the 17 million that you had actually bought another house. So that house is free and clear of mortgage. Right? So you would have had a property that's free and clear of mortgage. Instead of doing an addition with the 17 million, tying up your 17 million with that Camelot, join up together, so like twin. Something happens and you can't pay this $17 million mortgage that you had before, or you have now put your cash and join it up with this, then this house, quote unquote, the bank calls in them 17 million because you're not paying the mortgage. So they're ready to sell. But in selling, you should get back your equity out of it. So it's not if your 17 million gone to waste. But the truth is the whole house gone.
Yeah, but just keep it simple. 2 is better than 1. She can have 2 properties that are appreciating.
Mm-hmm.
So in case we lose the work or anything happen, you still have 2 properties.
You still have 2 properties, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you really want to save one because you lose the income or whatever, that is still possible.
By doing what? By doing what?
If the bank come and takes the Camelot, like you said, the other one is there.
The other one is there, so you still have the other one. Yeah.
Right.
Plus,
maybe by the time whatever happened that she really wants to save the Camelot, she could still sell that other property because it probably appreciated, clear the Camelot, and still have some cash.
Well, I wouldn't even try to save it. I would let the bank take it because by now the Camelot has already doubled in value.
That too, yeah.
Right. So the Camelot has already doubled in value. So the Camelot have the equity of the additional 17 million that we're talking about now already, actually. Which is why I don't know if I would have the cash. I don't know. I wouldn't put my cash on the property, to be honest. If I really wanted to do this addition, I would have take the equity out of the Camelot because it already have the equity. But I would make sure that I'm getting the rental. And I would use my 17 million and to go buy another property. As Tony said, I'm a numbers girl.
Yeah.
I just love, I feel safe in numbers, to be honest.
What did the government say? 2 is better than?
Too many.
Too many?
But them blunder with that. They blundered with that, guys. Now they're realizing they should have talked to me, right? Because I really tried to have more children, but I couldn't. So 2 is not better than too many. Because now them are beg people for go breathe. Damn. And then guess what? Mm-hmm. So one section of the society listened. Mm-hmm. The middle class listened. Most persons in the middle class only have 1 child. No. 0. Mm-hmm. 1 or 2.
Max.
Right? But do the maths, guys. So suppose you start out with 10 persons and they couple up. That's now 5 couples, right? Mm-hmm. Each of these couples here only have 1 child. Mm-hmm. That's only 1 child, that's only 5 people. Mm-hmm. So 2 and 2 couple, this one and the more, no coupling now go on. Mm-hmm. Which is why we have the problem in Jamaica.
Yeah, but it's the first world countries already.
Yeah, somebody's getting left over here. Mm-hmm. Right, I might have to lean on this couple and this couple. So 2 is better than too many. that slogan, that PR campaign and whatever they call it was absolute rubbish. Now even China, I think, is now sowing go and go breed. So the middle class did listen to the 2 is too better than too many thing. And the poorer class did not. So they have lots of children. Because remember, you see if I numbers, right? Mm-hmm. It's only because they're not doing right. Because the truth is, if you have a lot of children, you're supposed to can generate wealth. Mm-hmm. But they're not doing something right, which is fundamentally they're not keeping their families together. Everybody gone.
Fundamentally, we're not training our children.
Yes.
Children take a lot of training.
They
It's
do.
more than just food in their belly and shove them out to school. There's so much learning that takes place
Yeah.
between them waking up and going to school and then coming back home and going to bed.
Yeah. So we're blundered there, guys.
It's like last night I brought home a printer and I rested it on the living room couch. And Xander runs up to it and says, "Do not touch." Auntie Tony's, "Do not touch." And Zaven came up to him and said, "That's a no touch." I did not say anything, right? But they have recognized that every time I bring something in the house and it's an equipment, I have said to them, "Do not touch." That is a no. And so they now tell themselves not to touch.
Automatic.
They tell themselves not to touch. And I've watched them and they have not once touched the printer since it's been there.
So everything is about training. It is.
All right, we got some questions. So Angel says, "Good afternoon. Do you have any vacant lots in Old Harbor?"
Not in Old Harbor, on Old Harbor Road. So we brought out some lots this week. Those of you who have been following would have realized some lots of 5.5 here. They sold out. So we are now moving up to the next level. So you're gonna see those ads come up. We have some little bigger square footage now. But of course, the price is going to be different. So we have Old Harbor Road, which is right at the Signum Seventh-day Adventist Church, right behind. So when you come Old Harbor roundabout, you at the left, and then you look out for the big church, which is going to be right. It's literally in your face because of how the road situates. And there's a left turn behind that, a parallel road behind the church. And to the left, there's a wall. That's where we're selling those lots. So we'll probably be back there on Saturday. Tony will bring out some more ads on Monday. And you will see the square footage. But you don't have to wait on that. You want to give me a call or you want to WhatsApp me. I'll send you the info same way.
The Buffalo says, "So looks like each week you'll be giving us a building chapter from your soon-to-be new book you will write."
Man, the Buffalo, I start the book there. I finish it too. No, I finish. I have 3 more chapters actually to bounce out. But it is a lot. I think a bit of more than a 2. Because I do have a first version in it. Then I have to go back and say, "Oh, this is not detailed enough." Get some more details in there for you guys. But now I'm realizing it's probably better that I have a textbook. Probably better that I have a book and a companion workbook. That way you can actually practice the numbers, right? Because construction is about numbers. So yeah, the Buffalo, man, I tell you, probably need to just hire a ghostwriter, Tony, what you say.
Yeah.
It's either I need to hire a ghostwriter or I need a coach. Because you can't do it without coaching again.
You need discipline.
Yeah, you need a coach. Once you want to do something well, you need a coach.
Lexi says she
could buy a Phoenix.
She could buy a Phoenix Park or deposit that money on another house.
Right.
Yes.
That's correct. But that's if you can't get into Phoenix again. Well, you can. Phoenix coming out back with some more houses down the line, right? So they're trying to deliver those persons who are already on the list, long from what people fill up, trying to satisfy those and then move on to new phases. So look out for it. Go to the Gore website. But definitely what Gore has come out with is the Trelawney, oversubscribed. So they sent that out this week. Somebody tells me it's only 200 or something houses they have.
And no, is that phase 1 or that's just?
I don't know, but it's only 200 or something. It's only one phase.
Okay.
Remember, they were at Coral Springs already, so they're just going back, I guess, to the other phase now.
Okay.
But again, sold out. Came out almost 26 or 27 million, something like that. Still below the market of the rest of persons. I guess that's why it's
oversubscribed.
Yeah. And I actually like the design. I like it, and they've improved it. They've given us a dedicated laundry. No.
And I like the little bump out for the dining dining area that we can turn a long table the other way.
It's nice. If I had the flexibility, I would go after it. I don't have the flexibility now because I'm deep into so many other things, like Riverstead, guys. Those of you who want to be a part of the Riverstead, you need to WhatsApp me, call me, and see if you can get on the ground with Riverstead. All right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Chris B says good afternoon.
Evening,
Paul
Chris.
says good afternoon. And Read and Play says I'm late. What's the development in Old Harbor you mentioned? What's the custom size?
So we brought out some lots at 2,500 square feet for 5.5 million. Those are sold out. So now we are moving to the next. I need to, what is happening to me now? I'm on this live, but I have not looked fully at the map to see what the square footage is and the cost for those. So when I come off live, I'll do that. And Tony will get it out because that's the next set that we need to get moving. But the first one that we just did was 2,500 square feet, and it is. I'm gonna actually shoot it. I'm using a house to measure your concrete and stuff. Show it that is 20. Oh, I think that house is 25, maybe a little bit too wide. But the 2,500 square foot lots are 34 in width, and I think 74 in length. So yes, they can build you a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom house on the bottom, and you can go upstairs and do the same thing if you want. So, you know, a lot of you love to talk, oh, the land too little, the land too
So what
little.
happened is these standard houses are 24 across.
Yeah, trying to find my calculator just to double check. 2,500. I know the width by heart because I have to be measuring it. So it's 34 by 73, yes. So with a 20 feet step back, you had 53, and with a 10 feet at the back.
Oh, you can be like a Phoenix.
What's Phoenix the length of Phoenix?
I think let me check.
Yeah, that's supposed to be like Phoenix. I think Phoenix probably at 22. So with a 5 feet setback, you have 24 to play with. But you know you have an eve thing going on, so you're supposed to be like 22 or at 21.
With house or length?
You can build 24 with eve.
Okay.
So you need a 5 feet step back. But your eve must not be in the 5 feet.
Gotcha.
We're looking for the floor plan for Gore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it's the Gore Chloral Springs there. Those of you that will make that list.
They can't see your screen on.
Oh, they can't see my screen. All right.
So the lot size for Gore is 2,005, and the house itself is 710 square feet.
710. Oh,
and
so the Gore.
The floor plan.
So put them on. Why you don't put it on the screen?
One moment.
So, sharing. Are they seeing the screen?
Yes.
So that's the Phoenix. That's the Phoenix, yes. So the width is how much? Let me see the width. Go back to the top. Width is 23 or 22?
It's 23.
Right, 23 outer. No, it's all right. 23 outer to outer.
Mm-hmm. It's
so
11.
23 outer to outer. Hold on. Does that include the, no, it's actually 25. It don't include the pop out. But if you ignore the pop out, you have the width.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll down. What's the length? The length on the long side is how much?
Is it that figure?
Yeah, what is it?
10,262.
Can't be 10,000. She's in feet.
This
Give me
figure
the outer
here.
figure. Or give me the inner. Give me the inner.
Oh, 33.
33. So the length is 33. So if I'm at 74, 20, 54, 10, 44. Yeah, you can build this. More than build this.
Okay,
And you
so
can. So this is a 33.
so you wouldn't do the pop out then,
No, I wouldn't do the pop out.
but
I
you
would
could make your
extend the
room,
rooms
make the room a little
longer.
longer.
Yeah, and put the closet inside.
Gotcha.
So the width is 23. So yes, you can get a 23. I'm actually going to be showing you a floor plan that I think is either 23 or 25. Maybe a little too wide for this one, but it can be condensed.
Hmm.
And I'm going to be doing another floor plan.
But for persons with their NHD, a simple layout like this one could help them
Yes,
to get started,
of course.
and then they finish up.
And this is a big house, you know. The middle class people are buying these, and a lot of them is just them alone, or 2 kids at the most. They don't have a lot.
And they can do a flat roof so they can go up in the future
if they want to. Yeah, so you can build a phoenix by just tweaking it to 2 sides, 2 feet inwards. And you can get it because Gore's is at 2,500 square feet lot, right? But Gore's lot is wider. Mm-hmm. But I think it would have been better if they had made it narrow and longer. That way you could expand to the back. When they make it wider, you can't expand to the side.
No,
so the space is wasted.
You can plant grass.
Yeah, but for future work, if you're going to 2,500, make them longer, not wider.
Okay, we got a question here.
Okay, where's Riverstead? Give me a call on it when I come off, or send me a WhatsApp.
Greetings, Norma says. Good afternoon, mother daughter. Hi, Norma.
Hi, Norma. Oh, so currently telling her there. Discovery Bay, great water view. Water view. Where's I'm hearing that one? Great sea view, currency walk. But send me a message and send you the details.
Question. If you had the funds to buy in Richmond to live, not rent, would you, as opposed to other new communities, Richmond is renowned and will always remain hot property but open to views?
All right, so what I like about Richmond is the side that it is on, right? As I'm afraid of cat when it comes to sea and open waters. So definitely they have my vote with that. They're being on the right side of the road. That's the first thing, right?
They have my vote because there is a supermarket
right in front of them. Right. And there should be a health clinic as well coming, and there should be a plaza as well coming at the front. So Richmond kind of have everything that you need one place, right? Plus the house is already built, tried, proven.
And I like that everything's done.
Over 10 years now too. So you don't have the nuance of what you might get possibly with a new developer.
I also like the fact that the Richmond has a semi-traditional layout and design.
Oh yeah, Tony likes
new concrete houses with all the glass and the. It's not my style. When you look at Richmond, you feel like you're coming home. Yeah, the others. Well, not my style.
You don't like the modernness. Tony like a more traditional, old world charm kind of community.
And as much as I'm allergic to grass, I like all the grass and the flowers and everything that Richmond gives. And I like the openness. It's just a little chain link between everybody.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, there's a little
chain. So you can literally get to know your neighbor.
I'm thinking of the other developments. Last Richmond I sold was 450,000. I don't know. Are they still at 450?
No, I think they're more now, like 5.
5? Okay. No, you said you wanted to live in. So if you wanted to live in, then yes. Although very soon that stretch going to get busy too, you know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get busy.
But I'm like, the crest is really nice for living in.
For living in, yeah. Because you're up on the kind of up on a hill, like, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's really nice to live in.
And what I like to it's set back, so the crest you kind of go around and go back to the back of the community.
Yeah, and it's breezy up there.
Yeah.
So it's not on flat land where it have the elevation. Some you have the views. It have the character. Put it that way. And as I said, tried and true property. So yes, I would have bought Richmond from the start if I could have afforded it.
What I liked about Richmond is that the living room and the dining room is on two different sides.
Yes, the layout is good. As opposed to these newer ones where we're having a
living dining kitchen
combination kitchen. Yeah, so you kind of always like seeing this thing in your face and everything. No separation of spaces, right?
Yeah.
And Richmond, well, they gave you an enclosed area for your laundry, which is good. It's kind of outside, but it's
all the developments have full laundry rooms.
Yeah, they have laundry rooms as opposed to laundry yards and patios. In other words, with Richmond, you can actually do the laundry same place and hang the clothes same place. You kind of don't have to step through the door. You understand?
So yeah, but the other developments are saying you're not gonna hang up any clothes because we've given you washer, dryer, and tub space. So do what you need to do inside.
Yeah, don't forget about the light bill though.
Well, if you buy in Richmond or any of these developments, light bill is your least. You have solar set up.
Oh, it's a light bill of the least of your problem. Yeah. So I'm just thinking of the other developments. Some of them, well, too far up. Some are in the town of Ocho Rios. Now, if you're doing business though, then you would want to be in Ocho Rios and Draxal if you're doing business, right? Because remember, Miami Bay now is between Ocho Rios and Draxal, and that has been dubbed an entertainment zone. So yeah, you say you wanted to live, so I would go with Richmond if you want to live.
And what I like about Richmond is that it's still close, but it's still far.
Yeah. Close, but it's far.
Yeah. So to go and face like the traffic in Ocho Rios,
and
the traffic at Draxal, like you don't have to unless you really need to be going down there. So.
Yeah, because there's, as you said, there's a supermarket. They're gonna have their own plaza, so
and you can go the other way to the other little stuff.
Yeah. You can go runaway there, so you don't have to turn. You don't have to go east. You can go west, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
So definitely, Richmond has my vote. I've always loved that development. And like Mom said, if it was in our affordability bracket, out of everything else that's being built, I would still choose Richmond.
Yeah, we still have chosen Richmond. I told you can't buy it, man. You just have to sell only parties.
That's the thing, but I like numbers.
And yeah, I like numbers.
I've comfort in numbers. To sell everything to buy a Richmond, I'll complain every day.
Man, and the thing is, I don't like the one property thing, guys. It's good when you can just bounce around between these places, right? So like we live in a Jamaica. The weather is always good. So if we pick one, we can pick up ourselves and let's go North Coast and hang out for a month. Let's go Portland, go hang out.
It's like
come back in Kingston and hang out.
For February here, I needed a little bit more quiet because I'm doing some serious work, and so I'm out on the North Coast.
Want some flexibility and some options, right? Like me, I overcompensate because there was a time when I never have no bed to sleep on. So me just want a whole heap of bed and a whole heap of door where me can open and go sleep on a bed.
Nobody that run you out.
No, that is just me.
Or say it's my turn now for the mattress.
Nah. So yeah, I would go with Richmond still.
All right. So Kay says, do you still have houses for sale in Richmond?
Well, resale houses, yes. Yeah, but we're resale houses. I'm a Richmond sell off long time.
resales are nice to know because they've done some upgrades to them.
Yeah. And at least you don't have new house problem.
Yeah.
With new houses come their own problems. This is leaking, that don't do good, and all kind of things.
No, that's just all the stuff you have to do. You have to install your fans, your ACs, your grills. It's just so much stuff to do when you got a new house.
Mm-hmm. That when I got Camelot, it reminded me of that. It's a necessary evil, but and to be honest, I like new houses. That's why I love construction. I like houses that are fresh. So there are certain communities that I wouldn't buy because they're nah. And Richmond kind of have a standard. So all the houses are the same. All of them became landscaped, right? Unless the neighbors took out. It's an emergency.
And Future is saying, did Portmore become a parish? Did it, Mom?
They passed something in the house. I don't know what it is. I don't follow politics, but I heard it on the news. Okay. But Portmore's a big place. I don't know. 300,000 people live over there. I don't see why it couldn't be a parish. I mean,
them becoming a parish affect anything?
No, not really. I don't think so.
Xander to go learn a new parish, but
yeah, go learn a new parish. But it's neither here nor there. I don't know how it affects the persons who actually live in Portmore. That one might be tricky.
Well, it will shorten the address for once. Because, I mean, for example, people who live in Phoenix, they're probably going to say, I live at 22 Earl Close, Phoenix Park Village, Portmore, St. Catherine, Jamaica. No, they can't live on St. Catherine. They live in Portmore.
All right, guys, I'm just sending a quick message here to somebody who is calling me.
Somebody's saying, Kmart, I saw a few new houses were for sale, fell through, and were open to buyers, but few and far between. Okay, so Richmond might be available. Norma says, I like Richmond.
A few and far what? New houses where the sale fell through and are open to buyers, but few and far. Okay.
Norma says, I like Richmond. What do you think about Great House Estate in the Old Harbor?
We attempted to go to Great House in Old Harbor.
We didn't make it.
We didn't make it though. We turned back.
Maybe another day, Mom.
Maybe another day. We were just too tired. Where were we coming from? Was it Clarendon? I'm trying to remember.
No, we were coming from Old Harbor.
New Harbor Village.
Yeah.
Yeah, we decided since we're over there, let's go take a look at it. But we put in a GPS, but we were time was against us. It's part of the reason why, because usually when we start something, we try to finish it. But the time was against us, so we decided not to. But funny you should talk about that place, because that was one of the properties that we were looking at when we were going with EcoState.
Years ago.
I think that's 2021, 2020, somewhere there. And we chose Portland instead. And that was just preference because of who the shareholders were, really. But we haven't been out there yet.
Tracy says, Miss Claudia, I'm looking for a plot of land in St. Anne's Bay between the town and Salem. Anything available? Salem, where's Salem? Salem is where the fish place is, right? Sharkies.
Oh, St. Anne's Bay. Yeah, I know St. Anne's. We don't have a scheme. We don't have a land development. So you come at a roundabout, and then you come to the man with the pudding. You have Civil Heights. Maybe for Civil Heights, somebody called me since we to sell a house for them in Civil Heights.
But what happened to that
Maybe
scheme?
Civil Heights.
The one in front of Bahar, yeah. Bahar. What's that?
Which other? She said between where and where?
Where Savannah is. That scheme across the street from them is.
That's Grand Bahar Principe.
No, the scheme with the whole heap of land.
Bel Air.
Bel Air.
So that's Bel Air. But Tracy, what's your budget though?
Mm-hmm.
So it's either Bel Air. What else is between St. Anne's Bay and St. Anne's Bay? When you come to St. Anne's Bay, you come to Prairie. When you leave Prairie, you have Richmond. No, you have Mafisante.
Mm-hmm.
You have Plantation Heights or Village it name?
Village.
You have Plantation Village, then you have Richmond, then you have nothing again.
You have Heartland.
Gas station. Oh yeah, you have Heartlands. Those places might have land. But depends on your budget, Tracy.
No, Plantation usually have land in there for sale. Plantation.
Oh yeah, Plantation. So Plantation is Muffisanti. So you can, I think if you Google Plantation Heights, you're supposed to find them.
Plantation Village.
Plantation Village, if you Google it.
Bel Air land comes up, but it goes quickly when it comes up.
Bel Air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what HAJ scheme.
Smith's Life Journey says, hi, good evening to you both. I'm trying to invest into a restaurant and would...
Glasses are failing, man. Mine are fail me too, as well. I'm take it off.
And I would like you to give me your honest opinion. Where would be the best place to open one?
St. Andrew. Montego Bay. Those are the faster cities.
Mm-hmm.
Then you could have talked about Portmore.
Wait, what kind of
it
restaurant?
depends on what kind of restaurant too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it upscale? I know this Uncork came to Draxall recently. Sakura came into. Depends on type of restaurant, the kind of restaurant you open.
Mm-hmm.
Is it
fine dining,
fast
food,
yeah,
casual dining?
What kind of restaurant? Takeout, strictly. You know, and what is selling? Jamaican food, what kind of food?
And in Ochi itself does really well.
In Ochi itself does well. So in Ochi itself, yeah.
Because
so the faster towns, so the Montego Bay, the Ochis, St. Andrew.
Right, because tourists will come out from the hotels to come and experience the local cuisine.
But I don't know if you can get space. There is a guest house being sold down there where I remember having lunch there once. It was a really good. I can't remember the name. It's on Main Street though. Oh, right by the sea.
Wood Boy says, what resources are there to find out about how properties are taxed?
That's the video that I should have done.
You know how our properties are taxed?
Yeah. There's a formula.
There is?
Yeah. Let me see if I can bring it up and show you. Who asked me? Rude Boy?
I thought it was random.
No, it's not random. It can be random.
So much money and then other places just looked. It's by the size of the property though.
No.
No?
It's by the value that they put on it. And so your property tax paper.
Oh.
The property tax paper have a value on the property that they use to calculate it. I started doing that video in a Road Boy. It's funny you should say that. I started that video about 3 weeks ago.
And what happened?
And I abandoned it. Let me see. Yeah, man, I did. There is a hold on. Go on, Tony. Let me find it. I'll just do it quick for that.
Okay. Soon get back to you, Rude Boy. So, question. Prime Minister Holness said very recently that the North Coast Highway extension will start in the next 2 years, and the existing highway that ends at Miami Bay Roundabout will be extended to Trelawney.
Mm-hmm.
A huge, ambitious amount of work for the island needed, but will be hectic.
Huge ambition? I mean, huge ambition. We are putting highways from Mandela Highway to Draxall. Massive undertaking. More massive than this. Because those highways were put where there are no roads. This highway is going to be where there is an existing road. So it's just a matter of widening up. That's not a huge undertaking for us now. Not to the Chinese here. Game changer.
I know, it's like when you have that one A student on your team.
Yeah. You win any school's challenge quiz,
I know,
right? Yeah. You just need one bright spark.
No man, it can get done. Traffic might slow for a few months, but we'll get there.
Next few months. Look, now I will tell you the truth. I'm looking forward to it happening, but I'm not looking forward to it happening.
We're gonna do what we do when government is expanding anyway. Tech self. I mean, when they were doing Manchester, we were not there.
Yeah.
When they were doing Thomas, we were
not there. We're not selling. Yeah. So we kind of, and even when they were doing Portmore,
we were not
there. It's just now that them finished with the Portmore, we're gone back. Take ourselves, but we don't know if we can take ourselves from North Coast like that. We have projects on North Coast, so we're gonna get caught in the middle of it, guys. But yeah.
Still looking? All right, let me continue.
I'm still looking. So, did we answer his questions though?
Norma says Portland. Right. No, he's saying that it's an ambitious amount of work for the island, right? Needed, but will be hectic. Yeah, it's gonna
cause us a little enough pain. Some persons will suffer from a dust nuisance, asthma, this, that. We will suffer from traffic congestion. We suffer from that now already, right? So just imagine when you go down to one lane so that them can expand 2 lanes over the next side. All hell are gonna pop loose. And the taxi man them can't get for speed. Them at a crawl place. And them are boil up in them car and them are carry on with themselves. You know, I heard. So I met a visitor to the island. Her husband is Jamaican. She said to me, Miss Davis, everything move fast, slow in a Jamaica until them get behind a wheel. The lady's right. She said everything move fast until we get behind the wheel.
Slow.
Come on, guys. What's going on in your brain? The taxi man, them a fly around me just come stop brops in front of me.
But you know, but what I like about Jamaica, we like to hurry to go do nothing.
Nothing. Nothing. It's like as like a rainfall. I'm saying, where's everybody? Where's everybody? Them gone home. Them gone home, you know, literally. But I pull up at the government office at 4 o'clock. Them close 4:30, you know. But go in and see one little lady around the decks. He said, so where's everybody? Them gone home. Gone home? So why? What's going on? I think we had some big rain.
Oh.
And then pack up and gone home. I guess flooding.
Well, I don't even know. Norma says Portland is so much better. And Sella says, where's Ecosted at now since then?
Now since then, we're still, as I'm telling you, everything gets slow until them go on a wheel, you know. So we are now at, still waiting on the quantities. First thing. So when I thought I was done with the parish council, they sent me a letter, I think it was last week, adding more conditions of approval. I tell you, I nearly blow my top, right?
But they weren't too bad.
Call. It's not the conditions, it's the fact that
you have to wait 3 more months for you to get more conditions.
More conditions.
So you have to think about it.
But Tony, let me tell you something.
And that they had lots of meeting to discuss it. And they had to be like, you know what, let's just add a deeper sewage line here and tell Miss Davis. Or let's just add a larger spec water tank here and tell Miss Davis. They have to really think about it for 3 months before they tell you.
3 months, 3 months. October, November, December, January, February. 5 months.
5 months.
5 months, guys. I tell you.
To be fair, December was Christmas. And January, people were just tying out to get ready for work again. So like, 3 months, his name is.
Boy, I'm telling you, I love live in Jamaica, I know, but sometimes I absolutely hate it. When it comes to business, I don't like it because nobody in Jamaica understands business. From the top comes straight down. They're not business minded. They're all about laissez-faire. Do it if me can, and if me can, me leave it alone and don't bother. Right?
No, me.
But what the only thing kept me saying was some of the same shareholders in the group call them up and them love me for vent and vent and vent.
I think you called everybody on the list just to argue.
Yeah, vent. And then I say, obviously, don't make it bother you, just never sign the letter and send it off. I mean, you see all them sensible too, because the truth is the way the conditions of approval so long.
Mm-hmm.
If them sneak it in, want to see it, you know.
I know, right?
Want to see it
Because most people just read the first, maybe 5.
Yeah, want to see it. So, and these are things that I'm like, come on, guys. Jamaica will have to do better when it comes to that. We are
in Jamaica. You're already in paradise. So what you're rushing to do? You're already in paradise. So what you're rushing to go do? Again. You're rushing to go do.
So Eco-State, we're still stalling.
Rushing to go make more money, but you're already in paradise. What are you going to do the money?
We're going to do the money.
You're already in paradise.
You're right. So this is that's where we're at, guys. But I'm just dying to get this over with and break ground and start sell lots and everybody get them land and build them house and
you're in a rush to go do some hard work.
This is the easy part, guys. Getting the approval of the easy. It never ever hard to find the land or buy it. It is the hard part. No, and it me I try get to the hard part, and the people that won't even allow me to get there. Jesus, boy, I don't know. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, you really need to put your hand on this one because I don't know.
Tracy says, I'll reach out privately regarding the budget. It doesn't have to be in a developed area. Okay. Rude Boy said, yes, before you get to Runaway Bay. That's from St. Anthony. Okay, confirm it. All right, Cheryl says, lots in Plantation Village is going for 150K up, depending on the lot size and location.
Right.
Oh, apologies, 200K up. Thanks, Cheryl.
That's in Plantation Village?
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I bet you come buy a Draxal from me. 200,000. Hills of Draxal view, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, better you guys buy that. If that's a price, I didn't know that was a price.
And those are flat, right?
Those are flat.
Norma says, I thought it was tax based on the area. Mommy, look it up.
No, it's not tax based on the area. Well, the area depends on the value. Going to the Portmore Municipal Corporation for me. But I saw a DT. Hold on.
Future says.
No.
Boy says, I guess we can have it next week. That's for the calculation. Future says, I want to come home before Trump start rolling out the tanks into Canada.
What tanks? That miss me. He's rolling tanks into Canada. Why?
I don't know.
Why? I don't know.
But don't US and Canada need each other? That's like a brother and sister arguing. Like,
I don't know about need, but what I do know is that, and I learned this from Robert Kiyosaki book too, mind your own business. He has this whole thing about minding your own business, guys. Pay attention to your cheese, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention to your household, to your health, your life. Pay attention, your family. Pay attention to that. Leave them people over there. So, you understand? I feel like US is starting a war on the playground with everybody, every kid on this playground. So there's a kid on the playground named USA. Mm-hmm. One named Canada, one named Mexico, one named Jamaica, and blah blah.
Yeah,
this kid a corona pick a fight with every kid on the
I
playground.
think USA is like they're trying to draw with themselves, obviously, and mind their own business. But they're that child that needs to give it a last lick.
The final say.
Yeah.
I know it must be very stressful for some of you who live over there, because it would appear as if that even if you are a citizen now, that if anything happens, you could still be deported simply because you were not an original citizen. Is that so?
Original.
Meaning you weren't born there, since you're an adopted citizen and
yeah.
not a birth citizen. They could still deport you to your own country
But it's
for
so
whatever.
like even if you're a birth citizen, if your parents were not a birth citizen, so like you could be affected too even if you are a birth citizen.
I don't know.
Why?
I think that you start a war with your own people. I don't know if you want to do that. No country should start a war with their own people.
The aim is to protect, guide, and enhance your own people, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things that makes America so great, if we're gonna use that term, is the diversity and the strength that they bring in that diversity. Because no matter where they come from, united they stand as America. But then if you start segregating Americans, then that's going to cause problem, man.
It fundamentally you're breaking up how they came about.
Yeah, and what they stand for.
Yeah, you're breaking up that very premise of the United States, because the history tells you that they came together to fight together against whoever at the time was trying to oppress them. And the people who came to America were running away from oppression elsewhere themselves.
Yeah.
I don't know American history, I don't know it more than me. But is that so, though? So, if that is so, and you form this great country, bringing in people from all over the world, then what's going on here? But I do believe, though, that they're cleaning house. So they're cleaning house. And I do believe that they're going to rehire persons under the correct regime now. So they're weeding out who was there illegally and whatever, and then they will recruit. They will have to recruit black persons in. So this is just the storm before the calm. All right.
Sweet was saying, hi, if you guys responded to my question, I didn't hear because the live freeze on my end. What was Sweet's question? I don't know what Sweet's question was now. Oh, Smith was saying that he wants to know about investing in the restaurant. And Smith, we were saying that we're gonna do a restaurant. We wanted to know what kind of restaurant it was, but the best places to do a restaurant would be in the cities of Ochi, Bay, and over here in St. Andrew.
And Portmore.
But we need to know what kind of restaurant. Is it like casual dining, fine dining, takeout, fast food? What is it?
Or a Mandarin. I wish somebody would have bring that.
Wait, you can't put Mandarin here, so. But technically, we kind of have a Mandarin, don't it?
Yeah, we have Jungle Fire and the next one there. Up to yesterday we were at Jungle Fire.
It's not Jungle Fire. That's what they used to name. They have a new name. Jungle Fire was the first day.
So what are they called? I'm trying to bring up the sign in my head. Not getting it down.
Somebody says Jamaica can invest in all the projects they desire, but until they address the plague that is crime, it will be in vain. People try to avoid it, but the lawlessness is out of control. Outside needed, help needed. We're not the only country facing lawlessness.
No, we're not. Anywhere people are going to have lawlessness.
I know from time immemorial, there's been lawlessness.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I think I found it.
And I don't live in other countries, but for the 3 months that I was in Texas, I saw more crime than like me seeing crime than I have living my entire life in Jamaica. Like physically seeing crime.
What kind of crime?
So I was on the bus and a man with a little knife came and was picking people in pockets on the back seat. Right? And we're in the bus and there was camera and everything. And then he just ran off. Just gave him the little money they had and ran off on the next stop. I was in the convenience store at the gas station. Right? We were outside doing the self-pump thing. Right? And a man run into the store. We didn't pay any attention to him. A few minutes later, he came out back. And the shopkeeper came out and said he just robbed me. And we were standing right there. And then one day we were coming off the bus and walking. And the man is Texas and they have guns. Right? And we were just coming up to the stoplight to stand up at the bus stop. And some guys with guns were just driving and just shooting guns in the air for fun. And being the Jamaicans we are, we duck and cover at the bus stop. But apparently it's like a normal thing to just drive around and shoot guns in the air. And right when I was at the amusement park where I was working, right? Someone broke into our lockers and stole people's purses right there. I was the victim because I didn't keep any money on me, but broke into the lockers and stole purses and phones. And I was only there for 3 months.
3 months.
I was there for 3 months.
Yeah, so a gun incident.
I just had a gun incident. I mean, as much as I've been in Jamaica, the only time I have been robbed. Remember I was walking and the man pushed me down and stole the cell phone. That was the only time that I've personally experienced a crime.
Well, I haven't experienced crime like that since I've been an adult, but when I was younger, we were living in Trenchtown at the time. And my father used to run a beef shop and a bar, and he locked up the bar late in the night. And the gunmen followed him and kick off the door and run come in. So lucky for him, my mother used to wait up for him. And when she saw him drive, when she hear him pull up, she always open the door. Lucky for him, she opened the door because if he was ever struggling at that door. So she opened the door and run through the house, Trenchtown and China Post, and run through, gone through to the back and gone. The man and my mother slammed the door and then kick off the door and come in and in there ransack up the place. I'm a little brother at the time. My brother, 1 year younger than me. He said, Daddy gone with the money. Because him see when my father take the money out of him jacket pocket in the house. And him gone. Him go through the door and they all both on rooftop or about a look for him. So that is probably the closest I've ever been. And of course I lived in Trenchtown, Jonestown, and we always had curfews. So we're always kind of up and front with these soldiers with guns and police with guns and all of that.
Okay.
You know. But that's probably the only incident I can think of now with the crime like that. Oh no! And once again, when I lived at Maxfield Avenue, they had a shootout.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, I remember we did inside and we duck and go down. And when me think the thing died down, now me go open my door. And when I looked outside, there was a man standing in the yard with a gun. I'm gonna say, "What, boss? Everything all right?" He say, "Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know them love say, yeah, man, mommy. Yeah, man." I'm gonna go back inside and lock the door.
I don't even recall that. Was I there?
No, I don't think you guys were there.
Yeah.
So, basically, that's what happened. 2 times I've experienced it. One I was very young, and one when I lived at Maxfield. It's probably in my 30s. I lived at Maxfield. So.
But it seems to me like after you moved, you haven't really been affected.
No, once you move out of the zone, right? So there are some hot spots, yes, and crime will follow you if you're into crime. If you're into crime, no matter where we put you in Jamaica, we're gonna put you in a Ville Royal. The mall come fail.
And there's crimes of opportunities to mom, so we have to be vigilant.
Yeah, there are crimes of opportunity. So make sure your door lock when you're going up to your car. You pay oh, that was the other time. I came out of my office. I was going across the street to my car. But when I was going towards my car, I saw a man purposefully get up off a step and walking towards me. Purposefully. I said, why is he? You know, I'm watching him out of the side of my eye. I went up to the car to open the door and then I spin around on him. And I said, what happened, boss? May I always say that to him. I said, what happened, boss? You all right? And then him phone never ringing up, but him gets up on him phone now.
Vibrate.
Yeah, so I said, all right. So I never opened the car door. I walked away back around to the staircase. And I saw a youth on the step and I started chat up the youth. Like me know the youth. And you know, so the man walk come round the step and look for me. Now. Where I was, him couldn't see me because he couldn't see my car. So I hide off myself. He walked around, come to the step, but him see me and talk to the youth. So him probably figure I know the youth or whatever. You know, and then him going. But about 2 weeks after that, they held up a driver. So one of our drivers used to park same place when we park over the plaza. Them hold him up and take away him car. But the soldier shoot him.
Right.
Yeah, and the guy was a soldier. Must never know the guy was a soldier. He used to drive for us. And him shooting.
I think we have to be vigilant.
Yeah, you have to be vigilant. But crime is everywhere. I think part of the problem why the crime looks so escalated, I think our news carries a crime report first. So I call it crime time news, you know, because it's as if them not have a piece of crime episode for discuss. The news scam that day. What I do notice when there's an election or when there's something major like a hurricane, they're not reporting any crime. I want you to listen carefully. When the next election is about, if we're all here, pay attention to the news. They won't report any crime. The only crime they're going to report if it is related to the election. Right? But you're not going to hear all of the crime. Them man a jump fence and a kill dog and a do all these things. You're not going to hear that. But now, in the space, crime time news is prime.
Future says Trump wants Canada to become the 51st state. This could be like Ukraine and what?
Poor little Canada can't even defend themselves.
No, waiter, why?
But why?
Why? Look how long Canada has been an independent country. Like, what is the point of them joining the US?
But why would he want my 50 states?
I tell you, that one little greedy kid who just want to eat all the chips.
My 50 states. No, maybe Canada must have some resource that they're looking for. Right?
I don't know. Why don't go join Mexico then instead of building a wall? Since he want another country to take over. Now Mexico on the other side.
Yeah, but what is Mexico? The population is what?
Woolly.
Yeah. Canada seem to have a more disciplined society. So it will be easier to take them over because they're not gonna fight. You understand?
Canada will fight. What are we talking about?
Who will fight? Them have a little baby army. If them have any. They don't have any weapons.
You can say a lot of things about Canada, but they love Canada. They will take up themselves and fight to defend Canada.
Fight what? With what?
And you have to remember, Canada have a whole heap of immigration. No. You have a whole heap of people now who will go fight.
Them not fight.
Spend so much money to go Canada and settle there, and then Trump wants to take it over.
Them have a run come back to Jamaica.
Them not doing that. Fight.
Jamaicans will not fight. Ask Future.
Yeah, but it's not Jamaicans alone there. Africans are there.
Yeah,
Indians are there.
I'm saying that the
Jamaicans are a very small percentage over there.
Yes, but I'm saying the Jamaicans will not fight. Why you think them buy property out here? Them are gonna run, come home.
And the Chinese have how much investment in Canada now? What can I do for this? Put up a wall.
Put up a wall. Start a wall. Yeah, start a wall. Oh boy, I'm really sorry for that. But everything is for a time, everybody. So if you can survive just this period here, if you can survive it, you're good. What you must remember is that nothing lasts forever. Nothing. Regimes come and regimes go.
Yeah, but only 4 years of this?
No, but you have to be resilient enough to weather the storm. We have had little challenges in Jamaica with various governments doing various things, various policies, and you have to weather the storm. I always say, no matter what policy them come with, me will find a way to work with it. Right? The policy can't too bad when me can't find a way to work with it. So sometimes it's our attitude towards something, right? So there is no glass that is always full and no glass that is always empty. But which one you gonna choose? You gonna choose empty glass or you gonna choose half full?
Currency said, Miss D, you are right about the revocation of citizenship. It can happen.
Yes,
either.
yeah, it can happen.
And the Buffalo said, at a hockey game, US versus Canada, the Canadians booed the US national anthem. They had 3 fights within 9 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but you can't fight man with man a bigger army than you, I want him learning my art of war. You have to look for the man weak spot and cripple him. So
whereas Americans love food, we just stop sending food. They just kind of just stop sending food over there.
No, you have to look for them. You have to look for, as we say, you have to look for them weak spot. America can produce their own food if they want.
America's weak spot is their belly, man, mommy.
You have to look for a man weak spot, and that because if a man, just like with David and Goliath, right? Mm-hmm. Goliath was big and strong, don't it? Mm-hmm. But David had to find a weak spot and find a way for take him down. Because he can't get in a fist fight with Goliath. Not going to win.
But, mommy, what I think, though, I think America's weak spot is Americans.
Jamaicans' weak spot are Jamaicans as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All of them, they will fight crime.
I think if Trump really put Americans, as he calls them, to try and put them to work, he's going to have a serious problem.
I mean, as he calls them, are they Americans?
His version of Americans, one.
What is that?
The pure Americans, born of pure blood American.
I'm not following it that close.
Not people who get citizenship and green card and residency and those things.
Oh,
people who are true-blooded Americans.
Okay.
Right?
So you need to put the people to work.
Because one of the reasons why we were going overseas on the program to work at the amusement park was because they could not find Americans to work. That's why they had to open up the program.
To work in the amusement parks?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find anybody to work.
Right.
They couldn't do the 12-hour shifts that were needed in the sun. Mm-hmm. Right? And the hours that it needed at the pay that was being given. So they had to open up the program to us.
Mm-hmm. Well, we could say the same thing about Jamaica. They have to put the Jamaicans to work. Right? But again, they're going to tell you we can't work at that pay that you're giving us. It don't make sense. But I will still want to watch TV. So the governments have to find a balance.
Mm-hmm. The nurse says, I think that's why they are trying to do in minding their own business, pulling out of major organizations like WHO and pulling back their aid.
Yes, trying to focus on themselves. Which personally I don't have a problem with it. All of them people that talk about them want aid and want this. So not pay tax in the people in the country. Come and take for the people their money. And then and the people them tell you what to do with it. When they talk about how US are dictate too. Come on, man. You want to take them. It's like a man coming in your life and the man give money. And the man say, listen, buy oxtail and curry goat and whatever. Right? I want a pasta pea bed and I want this, I want that. And you are going to say, but hold on, they come in with this and about him want this and the man come and give him money.
No, it's not even that way. It's like he wants oxtail and pasta pea bed and you're like, I need to siphon off some of the money, so it's a sponge mattress and some chicken back.
That's all happening. That's all happening, right? So we can't want to take the people their money and them. And why it hurts. It's gonna hurt some people. Yeah. I tell you, it's gonna cramp them. But we really should not be sitting around depending on other countries. We need to depend on ourselves, right? Jamaica is one country where I know that we can feed ourselves. That's for sure.
Yeah, we can definitely do the basics now.
Yeah, we can do the basics.
I mean, obviously, be like infrastructure development.
Yeah,
we need some help
with that. And because what we say we need help because enough persons have gone overseas who know the work, who learn and train and study overseas.
I think our government blunders though in terms of
we really should
set up programs. I mean, like serious program where we send you to train and there's no getting out of it. You come back.
Yeah, you come back.
And you do your dues to your country.
Yeah. That's what the Chinese do.
Yeah.
You know,
every sector that the government runs, they need to do that.
They need to do that. And don't allow them to buy out the bond or whatever it is. We need a local food restaurant in Draxall. You mean like to sell what? Oxtail, curry goat at a high price, high value, I guess. You need something like a soldier at Draxall.
That's not high value.
I mean, what I mean is, you can get all the Jamaican stuff. One place.
Oh, yes.
The menu. Yeah. The menu.
I mean, Draxall doesn't have that right now.
You need a menu. You need a Mandarin, man.
Lanursa says crime is a problem. Yes, but productivity is also a major problem.
No, I would say that is a problem.
Yeah, if more people were productive,
that
I think
is
we will reduce some of the crime.
That is the problem. We have too much idle people, and the people who actually supposed to do the work, like, let me see,
and go slow.
It's like water commission of this. Oh, Tony, I find the thing, let me send it to you so you can put it up. Water commission of this tank.
No, just I'm on your PC, so just send it to your WhatsApp. Jode says greeting. Portmore new gated selling as high as 40 million for 3 beds. Are they worth that amount of money?
Worth it if you buy it.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to buy it for it to be worth it. So once people buying it, then yes, it's worth it.
And Portmore turned into a city.
Yeah, remember, everything is
parish.
Is demand and supply.
You send it to me?
Yeah. So there are no houses for 40 million in a gated in St. Andrew, which is the next nearest parish. St. Catherine, St. Andrew. Yeah, St. Andrew, the nearest parish to St. Catherine. So you don't have anything in comparative in a gated with swimming pool, with this, with that. No. So
I mean, the next thing would be 40 million would be a what? A 2-bedroom
apartment.
And if you're looking for a 3-bedroom house for your family, it makes sense to go to Portmore at that price if that's your budget. Let's see if we can get this to view.
I remember, it's only expensive if you can't afford it. So, those of you who don't know, so there was a time when I lived at my grandaunt, Aunt Dolly. She was the one who rescued me from the streets, and my father threw me out, right? So, she was a pensioner, and she used to get her pension from England. We would collect the pension, go to the bank, get the pension, and go to the supermarket, and so on. So I'm in the supermarket, walking up and down with her, pushing the trolley, and I'm looking at the things, and I'm saying, "Oh, Dolly, come here, twang like she now, Dolly, too expensive. It's so expensive." She said, "Claudia, what are people them things? You don't have no money in your pocket." Even if the price was $1, because you have no money in your pocket, it is expensive. That's the truth, Too expensive. So, like a Richmond, I don't have no money in my pocket to buy a Richmond. So in my head, it's expensive. But the truth is, somebody who have money in them pocket will just fork it out and go and buy it and don't even blink.
Yeah.
The real estate is like any other commodity. It is. So if you're going to the Prada store, $1,000 for bag, $2,000 for bag, you're going to think it's too expensive.
It's true.
Because you don't have $1,000 in your pocket, right? You have to go where So if you only have $50 in your pocket and you want a bag, you have to go in a store with $50 bag of sale.
You know, it's funny, like I'm looking at washing machines and they're like 100,000 plus tax for the new ones, right?
112 man, or something like that.
Yeah,
120.
plus tax, right? They have Valentine's sales that are 100,000 plus tax.
Oh,
right? And that's outside of my budget. But if I go down to the Indian stores, I can get Blue Sonic and Black Point and those things washing machines for like 70,000. And if I look further, I can get Twin Tub for like 30 and 40,000. So there is a price range for you if you really look.
And there's also new market and used market.
Right.
So same thing with any other commodity. In the housing market, there are new houses and there are used houses. So similar, when you go into the other markets, like Tony looking washing machine, there are new washing machines and there are used washing machines. So if she go over to the find Facebook, whatever, whoever else has said used, she can find used, just like how sometimes I see Tony with some handbags. I'm saying, we are doing Gucci and whatever. She goes, oh, Mom, no, I didn't pay that price. I said, how much you pay? She said, $10. I said, $10 for Gucci? Then she had tell me, she go find some store where them, what them call the store? Use? What's the store called?
No, it's Salvation Army.
The store is called Salvation Army?
It's the Salvation Army of America, but they have different online versions. So people will donate the good stuff and then they sell them back.
So which particular store you go online to find that?
So I just go on eBay and then I look for like the ones that benefits charity and stuff like that. And usually it's like the Salvation Army that's reselling stuff. So you can get some good deals.
Right. So you can get the same bag barely worn. And instead of you pay 2,000 US, you could have paid $20. It's the same thing with new and used.
Yeah, it's just that the style is a little outdated. So like it's not the style that's currently being sold at Gucci. It would probably be like a style from 3 years ago.
That I wouldn't even know the difference.
Nobody's gonna really know.
I wouldn't know the difference. Unless you're really a handbag person, you would know the difference. All right, so let's bring this up. So we found the property tax and then we need to get into the building. So your property tax payment is due the first. I was gonna condense. I want to condense in a video. It's due on the 1st of April, right? And you can pay it quarterly or biannually, right? Scroll down. Hold on, go back up. Let me see if I need to do this. So you have some properties exempt from property tax. Let's go through. All buildings and lands held in trust, exclusively for public religious worship or for religious worship and for use as classrooms, together with the lands immediately attached to them, such as churchyards or burial grounds. So here people always say the church not pay a tax. That is why. Also, you have all buildings and lands belonging to any church used as rectories, caretaker cottages, or church halls, together with the lands immediately attached to them, so long as the area of the so exempt does not exceed 1 acre. Also, you have all buildings and lands used solely for charitable or educational purposes and solely supported by charitable or missionary funds. So those would be schools, right? All buildings and lands belonging to and used by the University of the West Indies and the Council of Legal Education. All buildings and lands belonging to primary schools, secondary schools, receiving any payment out of the consolidated fund, and commercial schools or prep schools with not less than 12 scholars in average attendance. All buildings and lands belonging to schools approved by the ministry. All buildings and land belonging to the government of Jamaica. All buildings and land belonging to private hospitals approved by the minister. And all buildings and lands belonging to any social, charitable, or cultural organization approved by the minister. All right, so how do we calculate this tax? So property tax rate schedule. All parishes on property, the unimproved value of which is 400,000 or less, you only pay 1,000. So how you know the unimproved value? You look at your property tax paper and on it, it has a value, right? It will tell you. So if that value is 400,000 or less, it is $1,000 that you pay. Which part of the world them pay them property tax here? Me know in America don't have them property tax here. I'm
I tell
talking
you
about
what, we in
1,000
paradise.
Jamaican dollar.
We're in paradise.
1,000 Jamaican dollars. We're not taught that, and that's like how much money that people 7 US. Where are you going to pay that? And that's for the year we're talking about. Everything we say here says for the year.
That's why owning property in Jamaica is so nice.
Yeah, it's so nice. No problem. On property, the unimproved value of which exceeds 400, but does not exceed 800, you pay $1,000 for the first 400, and for every dollar after you pay 0.80. So you'd pay 0.80 of 400 if the property value 800. So you pay 1,000 for the first 400, and then you multiply 0.80%. Find 0.80% of the difference. All right, next. On the property, the unimproved value of which exceeds 1.5 million but does not exceed 3 million. So for the first 400, you pay 1,000. For the next 400, you pay 0.80. For the next 700, you're going to pay 0.85%. For every dollar thereafter, you pay 0.90. Why do you make this so complicated? Really? I tell you about it. Don't go to one school, guys. On property, the unimproved value of which exceeds 3 million but does not exceed 4.5. For the first 1,000. Next 400, 0.80%. The next 700,000, 0.85%. The next 1.5 million, 0.9%. And for every dollar after that, 1.05.
You know, they did all this mess just to ensure that it's cheap, right?
It did look so. Yeah. All right, so you can go down the line and look at it. We're on the nla.gov.jm website. Hold on to me. Go down. I'm going to put the link. She's going to put the link in the chat. Let me just go down and see if I need to pick up anything else off it that's important. Scroll. So you can get some reliefs and exemptions, right? Statutory relief. This is granted in cases where the valuation based on the potential use of the land is higher than the current use. For example, many persons who own property and live in the area which were originally classified as residential but has so now become commercial. In such case, the valuation reflects the potential of the highest and best use for the land. So let us say Maxfield Avenue. If you lived on Maxfield Avenue in a house, and then everywhere else for Maxfield get commercial, the government is going to come and increase the unimproved value of all the lands on Maxfield, including yours. So if that happened to you, then you can get some relief, right? You go and apply for that.
That must have happened to Hope Road.
Agricultural derating. This is granted for a period of up to 3 years for land use primarily for agriculture. These applications should be sent to the Land Taxation Relief Board, right? So if you're using it only for agriculture, you can get some relief. Special discretionary relief. This is granted by the Ministry of Finance in cases of hardship. For example, pensioners and other persons with fixed income, as well as the aged and persons with disabilities. These applications should be sent to the Parish Review Committee through the local authorities. The committee will make recommendations to the Ministry of Finance and is applicable for 1 year only. The Land Taxation Act is included in this link. So, you see how much relief you can get in Jamaica. I wonder if you can get them relief there foreign. Any person liable to pay land tax may apply to the board for a relief certificate if the land was at the time of valuation is being used as agricultural land and valuation takes into account the potentialities of the land use other than agriculture. So let us say them deem it to be a hotel and then value it, the unimproved value of such. Then you can go and try get relief. A building on the land at the time of valuation was then as being used bona fide as a dwelling house. And the valuation of the land takes into account the potentialities of that land as suitable site for any of the following types of development: hotel or guest house, a shop, office or other commercial building, an industrial building, or a block of residential flats, or a type of residence which would necessitate redevelopment of the land that involves substantial capital. The land was at the time of valuation and is being used bona fide for an approved purpose by an approved organization, and the valuation thereof takes into account the potentialities of that land as a suitable site for subdivision or for any of the types of development, example, hotel, office, and so on. So, Property tax exemptions, I read those before. Those lists are, you have hospitals, schools, charitable organization. This is talking about paying. So you can go on Tony, drop the link there and see how it is calculated. Another thing, gentleman asked me to check this recently. So his taxes, he thought were a little high. So I said, Miss D, what can I do? So I went on the system and I looked at the two lots to the left and right of him. And lo and behold, those property taxes were lower because they had valid his land, I think, at some big money. And then the other two were valid less.
Was his land different in any way?
No, it wasn't. This was down on Mountain View Avenue. It wasn't. Same residential going down the line. So I told him how he could. I sent him a link. So he's supposed to go try and make a case because apparently they made a blunder in the system.
Future says I pay tax payment is $644 Canadian per month. Wow.
What is it per month?
Yeah, that's what Future said. And that's per month. So Rude Boy says my annual property tax in Brooklyn is $2,600 US.
Wow. Future, you pay $644 a month. You know, could I buy land? Is that Canadian?
Yeah, Canadian.
How much Canadian is now? Is it 115 to 1?
Yeah.
How much money that? $644 per month times 12. Maybe 120. Ah, this guy, right? $644 a month times 12 times maybe it's 120. So you're paying almost $1 million Jamaican per year for property taxes.
Maybe Future own a castle in Canada.
No, but it sounds like I saw it there because somebody else said 2,000 something.
That's in Brooklyn.
That's in Brooklyn, yeah, but that person paying less than Future. I pay $644. I pay $7,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like it's not easy if you rent a place and buy.
Buy out here and rent over there.
I'm just thinking, what's the max though? Both countries are inflationary.
Future says only a 2-bedroom condo.
Apartment?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Not even on the land, it's in the sky.
Very funny too.
No, but it's not a no land. You pay sky tax.
What you say? That's not a land tax. That's sky tax.
That's why it's a deer.
That's why it's a dear Future. Now you know. Sky tax. All right, Tony, we need to teach this thing. All right, so Tony, you have any more questions? Run up the slides. I'm gonna come back to it.
You have a whole heap of questions. Which you want to do?
A restaurant like Ribby's or Lucky Crab, would you guys have any property available at this time? Ribby's? Ribby's is a club and a restaurant.
Yeah.
Lucky Crab, I've been there. That's on Constant Spring Road. I've been there to a karaoke. Yes, that is where they do that. Wow. You need somewhere in Ocherius for that.
Mm-hmm. So
with the parking, yeah, and you can have an outdoorish thing. I have a 2-acre selling in Draxall that you might can get on the main. Price of 1.5 million US. 2 acres.
Oh.
Which government vehicle can?
Sharon is saying, has any development started in Miami Bay? What happened to the entertainment zone that was proposed to the area? And Sharon says, which government website can you explore planning permission or application in process for real estate or commercial buildings?
All parish councils in every parish.
So
St. Parish Council,
St. Andrew Parish Council,
which is called KCC.
Mm-hmm.
St. James Parish Council. Just type local planning authority in Google, Jamaica. All the parish councils. So whichever parish you're doing it in, that's the parish that you would get that into.
Mm-hmm. Future thinks JDF is doing a good job as of late.
Really?
Miss Claudia, congrats by saying, "What up, boss?" Letting them know you are aware.
Yes, the buffalo. I've lived in a lot of ghettos, Gunshot a whiz over your ears, but you survive it, right?
Cheryl says many years ago in my early 20s, I was robbed at gunpoint in Kingston. Very frightening experience. Having a gun to my head while getting stripped of my money and jewelry.
Yep.
Scary. Esther says the goal is to tank the economy, then hire desperate unemployed young and what's that word, Mumi?
I don't know. Sycophants.
Sycophants of pennies. Billionaires buy up everything for pennies. Research the Great Depression. Oh.
Hmm.
Joe says Canada has a lot of resources and it's bigger than the US. Oh, that's what I wanted.
And less populated.
Mm-hmm. Read and Play says crime time news indeed. I don't watch local news for this reason. Always about crime and violence.
Yes, I don't watch it either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We don't even have cable, so we don't watch it. So even when I was called to do the TV show, I was kind of baffled for a while because I thought it was a radio show that I'm used to listening when I'm in my car at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. I said, and it's with Deion Jackson Miller. So I said, Deion Jackson Miller's on TV? And he said, yes. I don't watch TV. I was like kind of trying to mix my brain to see, but I don't really watch television, at least local television.
Mm-hmm.
I watch television, but I watch Netflix and I'm watching movies. So when I leave here at 5, I'm going to watch my movie.
Currency says, guys, look at what led to the doom of Roman Empire, Germany, and others. They are striking resemblance to what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
Norma says, lotion of them don't want to work. Right, that's true. More than 3 days because it would interfere with their benefits.
Wow.
It says Jamaica is blessed. Yes, London to Jamaica. Hi, girls. Hi, London. Welcome. Future says, is there a new phase of land coming in Draxall?
Yes, Future. Mm-hmm.
And Smith said,
call me up if you want to.
Any empty spaces available, I guess, in Draxall?
Especially the bank. They're totally on ghost slow. Yes, ghost slow. I got annoyed with Scotia the other day, man. How long you can't have a home before you get a
loan?
Oh, London to Jamaica. What's the question?
How long can you have a home before you can get a loan?
You mean if you took a loan already? It's not how long, It's if you're, so let us say you earned 10 million last year, you took a loan. If you earn 20 million this year, you can go for another loan. But if you earn the same 10 million this year, chances are you're already up to your limit with loan. Mm-hmm. Right? So it just really depends on your debt service ratio.
Lexi says no student should leave high school and start selling bag juice or high grade. They should all be enlisted in another institution for learning or skill trades.
True, Lexi G. My thing is that the Jamaican government needs to set up a tracking app for these kids. We should know where each child is in an institution, educational or otherwise, in this country. We should know when they move from school A to school B and school D and E and F. When the school period up, we should know this one gone to work there, that one migrate, this one sitting at home, this one enrolled back in this institution because for whatever reason. We have none of that. We are totally blinded. Mm-hmm. And I'm saying that should not be, because humans are human resources. Mm-hmm. Human capital is important. If you're not producing the human capital, you can't run business. Because no matter about AI and all this, you need human beings still. Mm-hmm. Right? Look how much people Amazon and those companies employ. You still need the human capital to make this thing work. So no matter how much money we think we have on this, if we're not training our people, if we're not honing their skills, them natural ability with them born with, mm-hmm. if we're not doing that, harnessing it, we're going to be in problems, even in your own household. You have to harness the natural ability of your kids, grandchildren, and so on. You have to do that.
Right. Jovan says he bought a Black Point refrigerator um, for a few years ago. It's still going strong. Granted, I use it probably 2 weeks out of the year.
But it's you can keep it plugged in. What you saying? And it not go down. I would plug it out if I'm leaving. My property taxes are 12,000 annual. Absolutely ridiculous. My God.
People paying some
My
serious
property
money for
payment
tax.
644, and that's per month. 2006. We have it easy in Jamaica. Of course, we have it easy. We have it nice.
I tell you, we're already in paradise.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm have a chase for paid too.
I'm sure so I pay over 7,000 here in Atlanta.
Mm-mm.
Or is it 575 Canadian per month?
Currency says she 8.3 per year. The money that's serious, man. My gosh. But I guess your property values do go up, right? The only thing with property values and appreciation is that if you're not selling the property, you don't benefit from the appreciation. So it's all good and well. They say, oh, you know, so we buy it for 200,000, reach 1 million now. But if you not take the equity to go spend it, and if you take the equity to go spend it, you better be spending it on something that will bring back money to pay for this new equity loan that you just take. Okay. Are your goose going to be cooked? You understand? So the property taxes are, this is government saying to you, we don't want you to own this for sure. So what happens when you go off into pension? So if you still have that house and you go off on pension, can you still afford a $8,000 property tax, which is like a 700 per month property tax? Can you still afford that? This person said this is over 7K. My sister pays double per year in Mount Vernon, New York. Wow. So who lived a better life now? I'm wondering. Because it seemed to me like you have to keep working just to pay the property tax. Because if you go off on pension and trying to fork out a $700-800 a month for property tax every month just to live in the house, that is now like you renting back your house from government, even if you finish to pay off the house.
Well, if you're going off on pension, you probably should sell it and come to Jamaica where you've already bought a house with cheaper property tax.
Yeah.
And then just spend the
And
US.
so that you can have the whole of your pension to spend, right? Because that just the maths then I run out for me. That maths no.
Unless you ain't put somebody to rent in the house just to cover the property tax.
Yeah.
Esther is saying US leave aid agencies. Problem is that money given to corporate welfare, not US people needs. Understood. 2, Trump just wants frazzle Canada. Get them to pay more money for security measures. Canada has allies plus European allies.
I want them for buy more weapons also from US. By frazzling them, by threatening them.
Boy, but you have to have serious intention to go all the way up in Canada to go fight war. Like that place is cold like 8 months out of the year.
There was a war. There was a war where them actually freeze out the soldier them, you know. I forget which war. Somebody remind me which war it was. Where the soldiers literally died from freezing.
From freezing.
Yeah, there was a war like that. I remember when I was doing my art of war, there was a case study on it. I can't remember. Good evening, everyone. Hi, Monica. I'm late. Just wake up from a nap. There's so much snow here. Where's Plantation Village, Cheryl? That's right beside Richmond. Scroll down. All right, let's get to the. I think you're finished.
All right, let's do mommy's lesson.
Which is a very quick numbers lesson. Easy numbers. Easy peasy.
See if I can do this. All right, mommy. Here you go.
All right. So in construction, one of the first numbers you're gonna encounter when you get your blueprint is the estimate to actually do the building, right? And you have to know do some maths, or your QS or your builder will do some maths. But you want to be able to check behind this builder or the QS too to make sure that the number's not off, right? So what I usually do is get some pen to paper and I figure out some basic things, like the width of the building. So in this case, you probably can't see this, but the width of the building here is 26 feet. Also try to figure out the length of the building. In this case, let us say this building is 45 feet. I'm ignoring the porch for now, right? The width. So we're talking about foundation. That's what we're going to be calculating, the foundation. Now the foundation would not show in this. The foundation is going to show in another one of your drawings, right? But so I picked up the foundation and it is going to be, the width of it is 1 feet 6 inches or 18 inches. And the depth of the foundation that I'm to be going down is 3 feet, meaning I'm going to be digging 3 feet down in the ground, right? Before I put on any steel work or anything. Now, when I put on the steel work, the height of the concrete in the foundation is 1 foot. All right, so let us use those numbers. So your width is 26 feet. Your length of your building is 45 feet. The width of the foundation itself is 18 inches or 1 foot, 6 inches. And the depth of the foundation is 3 feet. And your height that you're supposed to do the concrete in the ground for you to lay your walls, your blocks on, that is supposed to be 1 foot. All right, let's get to it, Tony. All right, so let's calculate. So remember what we're trying to calculate now. So we need these numbers because, first of all, we're going to be laying steel in the ground. So we need to know the running foot. Also, and I'm just doing the calculation of the external walls for now. When you get your blueprint, you're going to have to add up all those walls and everything that the foundation. Usually you look at the foundation plan for that. And that shows you where they are to dig for the foundation, because it's not everywhere they will dig. So we're going to calculate the total external wall foundation length. Why we need that? To dig, so your builder may charge you by the running foot, or the builder might charge you by the square foot, that is to dig this foundation, right? Because the foundation may be wider than 1.5, it may be 2 feet or maybe 3 feet, just depend on what you're building. As a rule of thumb though, if you're laying 6 inches blocks, the width is 18 inches or 1.5 feet. If you're laying 8 inches blocks, the width is 24 inches, right? So you just need to remember that as a rule of thumb. Now, let's calculate the foundation wall on the external. So to do that, you go right around the perimeter. So you have two sides that are 45. You have a back and a front that's 26. So you're going to add those four measurements. Your 45, 45, 26, 26. So you get 142 running feet. So that's right around the building.
Also, that's literally running around the building.
Yeah, literally running around the building, right? All around the outside of the building. Now you want to calculate the square feet of the external wall foundation. So you're going to now multiply the length of the building, which you got as 142 feet, times the width of the building. Because you know from maths, I hope you remember your maths, to get square feet, you multiply length times width. So you know the length is 142 feet, and you know the width is 1.5 feet. So that's 142 feet times 1.5. So you know the square feet of this building is 213 square feet.
This is inside the foundation.
No, that's just the length and width of the foundation.
Okay.
That's just the width and the length
of the foundation.
You don't go down into it yet.
Okay.
You need this measurement because your Builder may charge you to dig the foundation, they may charge you by running foot.
Okay.
And so you would need 142 times. Suppose him tell you
Price.
said the running foot is $50 a running foot. You know, you multiply 142 by 50 and you have that figure. But if he says, no, I charge it by square feet because I'm digging a width as well. You understand?
Mhm.
So you know that it is the length times the width of the foundation will give you the square feet. And you multiply that now by how much he tells you per square feet. All right? Now, we also need to calculate the cubic yard of concrete that is going to go down into this foundation. So you're going to take the square feet of the foundation, which is the length times the width, and you're going to multiply that by the height of the concrete. Now, in the previous list I gave you, I told you that the height of this concrete in the foundation is 1 foot. That's the height. If it was 2 foot, we'd multiply the square foot, 213, by 2 feet. I still put the 1 feet there because I don't want you to miss it.
Mhm.
Right? Because 213 times 1 is 213. If it was 1.5 feet of concrete I want, and again, it depends. When you're doing some really big, tall up buildings, you need a thicker foundation. Right? But this is just a little house. So we just want a 1 foot, sometimes even a 9 inch is okay, right?
Okay.
So it is 213 times the 1 foot. That give you a figure. And because you want it in cubic yards, you're going to divide it by 27. Now, why you want it in cubic yards? You want it in cubic yards because when you're ordering the concrete, that concrete truck, the mixer truck, comes in cubic yards. And each one of those trucks, the drums, they hold 10 cubic yards. Right?
Okay.
So if you had done this calculation and you got 30 cubic yards, you know that they must bring 3 trucks. That's how you're going to make sure that you get what you pay for.
Right.
Right? Now, a simple thing like this, being able to calculate the cubic yard of concrete that you need, will save you big time. I can tell you, recently, so I'm doing a project now, and we sent the concrete people to go and measure up and see how much concrete they will need. They came back, them all sent the estimate, so they need 15 cubic yards of concrete. Someone say,
That's what, truck and a half? What?
yeah, truck and a half. So I said, 15 cubic yards. I told the owner, I said, don't pay the money yet. I need to go and check my blueprint, and I'll also go physically on the ground to make sure that those trenches are not wider than they're supposed to be, right? So we have a back wall that we're using 8 inches block, so that's 24. The rest of the walls are 6 inches, so that's 1.5. So I calculated it using the blueprint, and then I went on location and checked and did another calculation and realized that the back wall was dig out just a little wider. So I told the men, back up that for me. I don't want it so wide, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got 9 cubic yards of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And they got 15. So I'm saying, how did you get 15? No, man. So I never met the man know someone could have calculated it, you know. I'm going to call them. Oh, you get 15. Boy, man, that it measure, whatever. I'm going to say, well, tell you what. I'm going to pay for 9 cubic yards of concrete. And if it don't do it, then me will just take the loss. Me will just make the man them. We do the rest by hand. Or I'll call you back to do it when I'm doing maybe the columns or something else, right?
Right.
Well, the concrete come and the concrete done the work. And in the hopper, them still have concrete. Right?
Yeah, the maths.
Can't do much. They will rob you with concrete, all right, guys?
Because they think you don't know how to calculate
Yes,
it.
you don't know how to calculate it. So, and the thing is,
Or maybe they just guesstimate it.
they will, what happened, you know? So you see, if you order, that's why I don't like half batches.
Mm-hmm.
So if you order 35 cubics, that's 3.5 trucks.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know that the half truck really have in the half, you know. It could be just 1 cubic, 2 cubic.
Yeah.
You're not sure if it's 5 cubic. So you have to make sure that you're there and that they pump out everything out of that truck and do all of the work.
Yeah.
because it's already calculated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to know how to calculate the concrete, right? So next week, no.
Is there anywhere around it though, Mom,
What?
to safeguard yourself as the builder?
You have to do the maths. The way to deal with it is do the maths.
Okay.
So you do it on paper with your blueprint,
But what if you're the little homeowner and you don't know?
which is why we're telling you now it's done.
Okay.
The only way to safeguard it is with your same builder. The builder, because I even said to the builder, so how you make the man tell about a 15 cubic? Boy, Miss D, me never check it yet, me never check it yet. I say, So, but you have to check everything. So next week we will look at the same foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So we know now how much concrete, or we don't know yet is how much steel going into the foundation.
Okay.
So next week now, I will do that and show you how to calculate how much steel goes into the foundation and how much steel goes into those columns that you see stacked. Well, no, first I will teach you different type of columns. So I think I'll just do the steel, the matting that goes into it, into the foundation. All right, so the lesson is simple. We have to keep the math simple. So I was asking Tony, is there a way to give a test on YouTube Live? She tells me no.
There isn't a way to do a test online, but I can set up a test before and send them the link and then have them do the test and it will grade them. But you have to do it before.
So you're gonna put the link here when everybody comes on live.
What do you mean?
When they come on onto the live, that's when you put the link.
Right.
Okay, we could try that. But then not yet because I've only taught them how to measure. So guys, make sure you understand it. If you don't understand, you can still ask me a question. It's 5 minutes to 5 now.
So people are saying future sales and property tax goes up every year. And Jovan wants to know, when does book club start?
Hold on, property tax go up every year in those countries. If that ever happened to Jamaica, a problem, man.
Right.
How can your property tax go up every year? That's crazy. When does the book club start? We are bogged down with a whole heap of things in that. I thought we would have been finished in January. They were finished.
I don't think you're gonna be able to start book club until like May, honestly, with the load that you have right now.
The load that I'm trying to carry. What happened? I have a lot of stuff going on now. Just a lot. But I hope to start soon. Hopefully I can get to it in the second.
Are you gonna do the same books on book club, or are you gonna introduce different books?
I might introduce different books, but I'll start with the basic books. The foundation books are Rich Dad, Poor Dad. No. The Richest Man in Babylon, foundation book. Think and Grow Rich, foundation book number 2. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, foundation book number 3. Right? So the first book, The Richest Man in Babylon, is by George S. Clayton. Is that so? Clayson. And then Think and Grow Rich is by Napoleon Hill. And Rich Dad Poor Dad is by Robert Kiyosaki. Those books are fundamental books. If you don't read no other book and you read them 3 books, then do everything the book say, all right. You don't need to read another book, quite frankly. Because it's going to take you about a decade just to do what them say. And then when you do that, you can just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. You just repeat the same strategy over.
And I feel like with the Clayson book, if you just keep doing that book,
just
you will win in life.
You'll win.
Yeah. Even without any other
fancy things that the people say. Because that book literally tells you to go buy land and house for future and for income down the road. It tells you. Yeah. So you don't even, guys, we always go around and come up to the same thing. But I think all of these financial books were written from that premise, that book. The book even tell you say you must gamble.
Yeah. I love how the book is so simple. It's like, go and get some education and get yourself a good, solid trade career. And then once you've done that, go and get a house to live in. Buy a house to live in. Right?
No, even before that, save your 10%.
Well, yeah, save your 10%.
Yeah, pay yourself first.
Well,
you can't tell them everything. I'm need to join the book club. Those are persons here who have gone through the book club. They are successful because their mindset has changed, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no longer are they doing all these fancy things. They're focused
Mm-hmm.
on one path until successful, and that's focus on it, right? Focus on one thing until successful. The books have 7 steps. The book is so simple, but guys, the truth is, for every 10 persons that are trained, is only one gonna pull through. The other 9 will read the book and em on on. So
It's impossible.
it's not. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. Them lazy. They don't take action. They don't. And they think it's too simple. It's too simple.
Maybe you need to have a book about taking action and procrastination. That needs to be one of your books.
I think the book is too simple. But the book is for the ordinary man, because the truth is, not all of us come with any geniuses that we can use to make money, right? Not all of us can sing, can write lyrics, can go up on stage, go act, can go lick some tennis ball and run up and down on a track and make crazy money.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of us come with those kind of geniuses that we can use to our advantage. But this book gives you the 7 cures. Any ordinary man can do that.
Yeah, most of us are just bulk order. So
Yeah. Any ordinary man can do that. Tony Sham be saying no about bulk order man. You don't want to tell them money power what you mean by that. But bulk order. Right? So most of us are just simple, plain. We're just here to support the true geniuses that come to move the world. We're here to feed them, clothe them, give them shelter. So we're the ones who got to work, do all of the hard work, and so on.
Mhm.
But this book teaches us that any ordinary man can buy a house.
Mhm.
Any
Say-
other-
I mean, the way society is set up is
Yeah.
it's such a basic need now that it's set up in a way that if you just focus on it, it's achievable no matter where you are in your life.
And it's achievable, and you can use that strategy to help you build a wealth.
And it's achievable within like 12 months though. If you're starting at zero.
Yeah.
Like you just get the trade.
Yeah, they just get the job. So it's a really, I mean, I can't emphasize how simple the book is,
Mm-hmm.
how easy the man tell you to do. I mean, the second thing is literally control the expenses. Really, somebody need to tell you that.
Yes.
Don't spend more than you earn.
Mommy, people need to be told everything. Nothing is clear.
Ha! They say everything is mathematics.
Mommy, you literally have to tell people you have to get up out of your bed to go to work. And it's not clear to people.
Not clear.
Not clear. Now you have to get up out of the bed to go to work.
And when you get to work, you have to actually do something.
And when you get to work, you have to actually focus and do the people work that they're giving you the pay at the end of the month.
So
Nothing is clear. Nothing is clear anymore.
Not clear anymore. I'm sitting on Twitter, Instagram. All right. So we're at 5:00. Korean War and WW1, and I'm so sure what that is.
So those are people who got freeze today.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yes. I tell you, there was a war that happened. Maybe that might happen in Canada.
Janet says maybe you and Tony can take on project like not just selling property, but building houses. See, Janet wants us to go do some hard work.
Hard work.
And Janet
Janet.
already in paradise. And you were in Jamaica.
Yeah, hard work. You know how it is to build a house?
I know, right? It's not even like the physical go building anything because we're not doing that. But just the mental strain of thinking of so many moving parts. So many things is happening when you're building a house, you know?
What? Remember to call the hardware. Remember to check, make sure the things
Make
actually
sure
reach.
right?
Yeah.
Make sure somebody's there to receive it.
Yeah.
Make sure the right amount came.
Yeah. Make sure them lock it up in the
Storeroom.
Man, you just walk around the storeroom and tomorrow everybody see me.
God, I mean,
Trust
and make
me.
sure that they're stored properly. So
Yeah.
if rain fall
All
or
right.
something. I mean, there's just so many things.
So many things. So many things.
Now, I understand why people buy already done.
Yeah, there's just a lot. But guys, we have gated schemes now
Mhm.
with land. So land is reachable.
Mhm.
When you make a man a sell your house for the profit of 40 million and 50 million and 30 and
Oh, in
20.
future saying, explain running feet again. How did you get the 142? Yeah,
Add up the four sides. Like the perimeter, add the four sides.
Is the measurement right around the building?
Right. Because I'm only doing the foundation for the outside walls. I'm not into the inside walls yet.
Anne Marie says, well, I guess I would have to put my trust in you to build my house when I'm ready. Because I can add one and one, but not to that scale. I know you feel, Anne Marie. I know you feel. I know you feel. Lexi says, because property tax in the US pays firemen, police, teachers, and others.
You believe that? So what your income tax pay? What do you do with your income tax? That's what our income tax pay. Our property tax only does, well, supposedly do the roads and those things. Or street lights and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Smith says, I have 3 acres land in Manchester. Can I sell it and buy the piece of land in Jack's Hall to start? Jack's Hall?
Draxall. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Draxall to start and building for the restaurant. Is this a good idea?
It is a good idea, but I don't know if 3 acre land a man is not going to give you 1.5 million US. I doubt that. You would have to be in the town of Mandeville, and it would have to be Mandeville kind of took a beating. When it took a beating, new highway coming now, but you see, Draxall is on the main, game changer.
And the area is developing. So
Yes.
always new people coming in. And what I liked about Draxall, it's the pass through to where you need to go.
You mean like Ochi and Mobe and so on?
Or even to Kingston, it's the pass through.
More businesses are coming. I say Encore came in, Quartz came in. Who else came there recently? Somebody else came on the front there now. Saw the sign, but it's not clicking here now. Oh, Mothers. Juicy Beef too.
Mothers and Juicy Beef came at the same time?
Yes, I think Mothers came on the left, Juicy Beef I think is on the right.
Patty Wars. To go left or right.
Wait till TST come them.
I know, right?
TST, man.
I don't know. I prefer Tasty Patty.
Wait till TST turn up, man. Them better make all of the money now.
I don't know. There's something about Tasty's crust.
Yeah, man.
I mean, even if there's no meat in the patty, I want the crust
alone.
And there's something about Tasty's cocoa bread, especially when you get it right out of the oven and it warm. Oh my goodness!
I said the patty and cocoa bread. I don't know, maybe because we grew up on it at school. Because when I was at Woolman's, all you had was Tasty patty. You had patty, cocoa bread, and box juice. Patty, cocoa bread, and box juice. Literally every day, I told it. That was it. Maybe because we grew up on it, but may I tell you, said the Tasty patty, man. Me only stepping on that for the party if TST turn up. When TST come, me join the line.
I know.
Me join the line. And when Island Grill come on the Arab Island Grill and get to the segment.
You know, it's funny. I was in
when
Juicy.
Island Grill come, me would join the line.
I was at Juicy Patty the other day. I was like, well, yeah. She's like, I have patty. Felt so pain because I'm like, I don't have patty, but I don't really do patty that well. Like, why is only patty I have? That's why I've been saying I have some porridge. Juicy Beef does really good porridge.
Yeah, they do really good porridge. So, and boy, I mean, I don't know. And them, you know which one is disappointing to me, to the Bogwalk one. Every time I'm on that side, so what am I going to eat? Oh, I'm going to run about. I'm going to have nothing. Me in the line, you know. The drive-through line, you know, me reach. Them not have but on the menu.
As much as they have juicy patty, I don't go in there and say, I'm going to go get a juicy patty.
No. I buy the other things. So they're good at porridge, as I said. They're good at soup as well. And lunchtime, they do have lunch, right?
Yeah, their lunches are amazing.
Their lunches are good.
Right? Like, they could really bring out the Jamaican lunches in Draxal. That would be really good.
Yeah, if them could really tweak the menu just for that. Don't come out there with the patty business. Just come with the Jamaican oxtail and chicken and the callaloo and those things.
It's like when I go Mother's. I look at Mother's menu. I'm like, I get it that they name Mother's, but the only thing I really want there is a milkshake. No, Mother's a really good milkshake.
Yeah, you know what I like of late? So that came on the menu. The egg sandwich.
Exactly.
Which is just, guys, it's just scrambled egg in a cocoa bread.
Yeah.
But then they also offered fries as a fried plantain as a side, ripe fried plantain. So when I go in there, I'm like, give me an egg sandwich and ripe fried plantain and put the plantain in the sandwich.
What I hate is when I go to Mother's and they're like, there's no egg sandwich right now. I'm like, what do you mean there's no egg sandwich? How hard it is for you to make an egg sandwich?
Yeah. Come run out that egg. So, no, or the lady will say, I must be alone, come out the egg alone. Because she said, so egg and bacon? Egg and cheese? I'm like, no.
Just the egg and bread.
I just want the egg and the bread. And guys, it's under like, I don't think I pay $700 for the egg, the bread, and the plantain. Because when I'm at home, actually, that's what I'm eating.
But it don't taste the same. It tastes good at Mother's.
It tastes good at Mother's. Yes, that's the truth. And it's not as if they don't put any salt or anything on it. But I think what makes it taste good is the cocoa bread.
Probably.
Yeah, the cocoa bread.
Island Girl says, big debate for the patties. Patties is a big debate in Jamaica.
Yeah.
We have 3 major companies that sell in patties.
Yeah, man, patty, but tasty.
Patties are staple in Jamaica.
Yeah, but I think and tasty, you know, creative with them patty nine, I know.
I know. I mean,
tasty. Come on, don't need to get
Brett went on the road and he brought back patties. I read Brett, you buy patty on Sunday for the kids. Brett said, boy, it's the only thing we're sure them going to eat.
Yeah, that's the only thing. If we're on the road, we're sure they're gonna eat the patty. Everything else I eat and miss.
Yeah.
Or them will eat the KFC too.
Yes, they love KFC.
But everything else I eat and miss. So them love the nuggets business with the fries with the KFC and the patty. And the good thing, them don't know the difference in the patty yet. So we can pull up on anyone and get the patty. They don't know the difference. But we know the difference. So we know we're skeptical. No man want tasty.
See, Cheryl says yes and yes, ladies. Tasty patty is the absolute best. So mad Ochi Tasty patty location closed down. Yes, Queen. Tasty was meant to be. Yes.
Where in Ochi Tasty was?
I don't know.
I must have closed down a long time, Cheryl. Come in and remember Tasty in Ochi. Them must come and Draxal, man. Why them come a Draxal and the boy? Everybody in a problem enough. Go step up on the game, you know.
I know. Because I'd rather line up for a tasty patty than a KFC.
I don't want a crossroads so you
have
lining up. Lining up just to buy 2 patty and a drink, you know.
But the patty is so good, man.
And then the man them just roll it off and out of the you know.
I mean, the way the patty, people buying the patty, you don't even have a chance to get a cold patty.
Yeah, you know, not even you're not getting a cold patty at Tasty. When you go halfway tree or the one across roads, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, them not get a chance to get kind of a runner.
Maxine says juicy is the best.
No, sir, Maxine, tasty, man. Tasty patty, man. Them have the formula. I'm not telling you that. The crust is what made the difference.
Yeah,
the crust in the patty. All right, so we are out of time and another live. And why we talking about body finance and real estate? They got to talk about patty.
We talking about when I roll up the other day to a little corner man and I see my patty. I was like, it's tasty. And he said, yes. I said, yes. And I said, how much for the patty? He said, $3.50 a one. I said, oh, for Jesus. One. And you know when you buy a patty, you have to eat 2.
Yeah, I have to go get the cocoa bread.
I said, no.
$350. So party arrival, the dinner. So we could have get a $500 box food.
I know, right?
Oh my God! But what to do? We can't eat the money. We
I
have to
know,
buy the
right?
food. Yeah. So
Sure
it was
said
on
just
Milford.
recently. It was on Milford behind Jane Bank.
Wrong location, man.
Mm-mm.
I know that. Yes, I went there with a client.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right behind courts.
Mm.
JN Bank.
I don't even know where Jane Bank is. Milford.
Milford. I know Milford. JN Bank upon Milford though. JN Bank upon the next side. So
We
I
said
don't know.
behind them. though.
Behind. I know there was a party place behind courts on that road where the gas station is. I don't remember if I tasted the name.
Not sure.
I was on my phone the whole time, so I wasn't even paying attention. They just went in and got the stuff and came back out.
Smith says my taste patty at Crossroads by the boxes.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. The Crossroads one seller. Them have the
Yeah.
formula. Them just roll that out like conveyance belt. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
boom.
man, they have it. Tried and true.
Mm-hmm. And I think them start when I born, I think in 1966 and people start party business.
Yeah. Cheryl says even my American board kids know it's tasty.
At the
dawn.
dawn.
Yeah.
At the dawn, yeah, man. All right, guys. So we'll see you next week. Hope I can get to. So if you never.
We're doing steel next week.
Steel, yeah. If you never understand, I'm going to still bounce out the video so you can still look at the video.
All right.
All right.
All right. Thanks everyone for joining live, and we'll see you next week at the same time.
Yeah, sure. It's a behind courts. Yeah, behind courts. I know that's right. And then close down behind courts as well. I'm never getting a publicity, man. So them need front page. Them need to come at Draxa.
Yeah. Reading place. I'm reading place says 2 parties are no party.
Yeah, 2 party. $700. I could have buy a box food.
I know.
All right, party arrival box food. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye,
maybe Tasty can come by the $1.5 million.
Yeah, and do a drive-through and a proper setup and everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye,
everyone. See you next week.
See you next week.